All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready.
Today, we were looking at some Power Query formulas,
Oh, yeah.
specifically one called Splitter.SplitTextByCharacterTransition.
Interesting one, this one.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
It is.
So we've got some source material here. Someone sent in about this, and want to kind of get into it, see what it's all about.
It sounds good.
Now, just to kind of set the stage real quick. We're talking about Excel here. We're talking about Power Query in Excel.
Yep.
Which, if you're not familiar, that's essentially a tool that's built right into Excel.
Right.
That lets you clean up and manipulate data and get it ready for analysis.
Oh, it's like a data preparation tool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really powerful.
So this specific function, Splitter.SplitTextByCharacterTransition,
Yeah.
it's all about, splitting up text, but not in the way you might typically think.
Right. Not just like add a comma or space or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not just looking for a specific character.
Right.
It's actually looking at where the types of characters change.
Yeah, so it's more about the transition between the characters.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so powerful and kind of unique.
Yeah, you can really get specific with how you split your data.
Absolutely. And we're going to get into all the details of that.
Let's do it.
Now, I will say, looking at the source material, there is a little bit of a learning curve with this function.
Yeah, it's not the simplest one, but once you get it, it's really useful.
Exactly. And we're here to help you get it.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
So let's dive right in.
Okay.
The source material gives us this syntax splitter, split text by character transition, before as any non-null, after as any non-null, as function.
All right, so that's the basic structure of the function.
Yeah, and I'm already feeling a little overwhelmed just looking at that.
Yeah, it can be a little intimidating at first glance, but really it's not that complicated.
Okay, well, help me out here. Break it down for me. What are we actually looking at?
So basically what we're seeing is how the function is set up.
Oh, yeah.
It's telling us what it needs in order to work.
So what does it need?
It needs two main things. Those before and after parts you see there in the parentheses.
Gotcha.
And those basically tell the function what types of characters should be on either side of the split.
Okay, so it's not the specific characters themselves, but the types.
Exactly.
So could you have letters as a type?
Exactly. You could have letters, numbers, punctuation spaces, things like that.
Wow, so this is way more flexible than just saying, okay, split this text at every comma.
Right. You're not limited to just single characters. You can define whole categories of characters.
This is pretty cool. I'm starting to see the potential here.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot you can do with this.
So the source material keeps mentioning these character transitions. What exactly are those?
So a character transition is basically any point in your text where one type of character changes to another.
Oh, okay. I think I'm getting it.
So for example, if you have a text string that goes from lowercase letters to uppercase letters, that's a character transition.
Right. Or if you have a string of numbers and then it switches to a symbol.
Exactly. That's another character transition.
So this function is all about splitting the text at those transition points.
Exactly. It's looking for those shifts in character types and then making a clean break right there.
That makes so much sense. Now I see why it's called split text by character transition.
Yep. It's all in the name.
Now I got to ask, what are some real world scenarios where this would come in handy?
Oh, tons of them, really.
Give me an example.
Sure. So imagine you have a column of addresses in a spreadsheet.
Okay.
But the city, state, and zip code are all crammed together in one cell.
Ugh. Yeah, that's a nightmare to work with.
Right. But with this function, you could easily split them into separate columns.
No kidding.
You could tell it to split where the letters transition to numbers that would separate the city from the zip code.
Oh, wow. That's so clever.
Yeah. Or you could split where there's a space followed by an uppercase letter to get the state.
That's amazing. I can see how this would save a ton of time and headaches.
Absolutely. It's a real time saver when you're dealing with messy data like that.
So it's all about making those precise cuts based on those transitions.
Exactly. You're thinking like a surgeon now.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm trying.
You're getting it.
So this has been super helpful. I feel like I have a much better understanding of this function now.
Glad to hear it.
But, our listeners are probably thinking, okay, this is cool, but how can I actually use this?
Right. Let's give them some ideas.
Exactly. What are some creative ways they could use this in their own work?
Well, think about anytime you have text data that needs to be split up in a specific way. Let's say you have a list of product codes and descriptions all mixed together. You could use this function to isolate the codes by splitting where the numbers transition to letters.
Ah, that's smart.
Yeah, you could also use it to clean up inconsistent formatting, like names that are sometimes written as first name, last name, and sometimes as last name, first name.
That drives me crazy.
Me too. But this function can fix that for you in a snap.
So basically, if you've got messy text data in Excel, this function is like your new best friend.
That's a great way to put it.
It can help you clean it up, organize it, and extract exactly what you need.
And save you a ton of time in the process.
Exactly. All right, so to wrap this up, the Splitter.SplitTextByCharacterTransition function. Powerful tool for working with text data in Excel.
Absolutely.
It lets you split text based on those character transitions.
Those changes in character types.
And it can be used for all sorts of things like cleaning up data, extracting specific information, and just generally making your life in Excel a whole lot easier.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So now that you know the basics, we want to challenge you.
Yes, challenge time.
How can you use this function in your own work?
Think outside the box. What creative ways can you think of to analyze or clean up your data?
It's a powerful tool, so put it to good use.
Thanks for diving deep with us today, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See you then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.